want to come in and take your seats. If you know of anybody out in the parking lot still or in the lobby, tell them come in. It's filling up fast. We'll go ahead and get started. All right, let's go ahead and call the meeting to order, and we'll start with Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I salute the flag of the state of New Mexico, the Zia symbol of perfect friendship among united cultures.
All right, thank you for that. Let's go ahead and start with roll call, please, Joan.
Chris Mortensen,
Here.
Charles Long,
Here.
Michael Shaw,
Here.
Priscilla Benali,
Here.
Kevin Mitchell.
All right, we have a quorum, so we'll go ahead and get started. I want to take a second to thank everybody for coming out today. We've got some neat recognitions that we're going to go through that I think you'll really enjoy. It's a very, very small sampling of the exciting stuff that we have going on in the district. The just absolutely awesome people that go to school and that we get to work with every day. We really appreciate you, and we'll get to some of this recognition right now. The first item on the agenda is the approval of today's agenda. I'll entertain a motion.
President Mortensen,
Yes,
we do
sir.
have one change on the agenda.
Okay.
We are still waiting for some students for the first recognition for the Indigenous Games. If we could postpone that until later in the agenda. And so we'll start with Lincoln Elementary School, the Blue Ribbon Award celebration recognition first.
Yeah, no problem. We can move that, board members, if that's all right with you, we can move that to farther down in the agenda when they're able to arrive.
That's fine.
All right, so with those changes, I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
Motion.
So moved.
The agenda with the exception that Indigenous game recognition be moved later in the meeting program.
Okay, all right, we've got a first and a second there.
Who's second?
Who is second?
I'll second.
Priscilla was second. All right, roll call, please.
Mr. Mitchell,
Yes.
Miss Benali,
Yes.
Mr. Shaw,
Yes.
Mr. Long,
Yes.
Mr. Mortensen.
Yes. All right, and with that, we'll go ahead and turn the time over to Mr. Hyatt for the recognition that we have.
President Mortensen, members of the board, we are excited today, and we've been excited all week, actually. I think about a week ago, we were notified, we were notified before that. We had actually been working with some different entities in preparation of the release of the information regarding Lincoln Elementary School and their prestigious award that they have received, which is the National Blue Ribbon School of Excellence Award. And we celebrated last Friday, had a party. We appreciate the staff and the administration and our public relations department. They put on a big old show and bouncy houses and bubbles, which were probably the most exciting thing for kids. Food, we appreciate all those who donated items for that also. We really appreciate the opportunity and the community celebrating these great students and staff that accomplished something that is very unique. I'm not sure that we've ever won one of those awards before. We researched it and we couldn't find anybody else that's ever won that Blue Ribbon Award, but it's one of 350 recipients of that nationwide.
Wow.
And as I had mentioned on that day, there's over 130,000 schools eligible. 47 million, almost 50 million students, and our 350 or so students received this award, one of 3 in New Mexico. So this is quite an accomplishment. It speaks to the work that the staff is doing, the administration, the teachers, the custodians, down the line, educational assistants, and all. It's a team effort, and it's just a huge accomplishment they're very proud of. So, Mr. Bell, would like to say a few more words about that, and I'd like to at least hear from Principal Fitzmaurice and Principal Lee too.
And some of the students have something to say.
Oh, that would be great.
Yes,
That's
sir.
even better. I like the principals, but I'd love to hear from students.
So, Superintendent Hyatt, President Mortensen, Vice President Long, members of the Board of Education. The National Blue Ribbon Schools program is one of the U.S.'s Department of Education's longest-running programs. It recognizes outstanding public and non-public elementary, middle, and high schools based on their overall high academic achievement or success in closing the achievement gap among diverse groups of students. Lincoln Elementary specifically was recognized for closing the gap among its Native American students. That's one of the areas that it was recognized in. Since its inception in 1982, right after the book A Nation at Risk came out, the goals of the program are to shine a spotlight on the best schools in the United States and to share best practices of outstanding schools across the country. Every year, the U.S. Department of Education seeks out and celebrates these great American schools, which are schools demonstrating that all students can achieve high levels. The coveted National Blue Ribbon School Award affirms the hard work of our students at Lincoln, our educators at Lincoln, our families at Lincoln, and our Lincoln community as a whole in creating a safe and welcoming school where students master challenging and engaging content. As a special note, the principals and a few other members will be able to go to the U.S. Department of Education in Washington, D.C., where they'll be honored nationally at the Blue Ribbon Awards ceremony. At the ceremony, each school will receive a plaque and get a flag that they get to post on their school. So I just want to say one more time, as a former Lincoln teacher, I'm very proud of this school. This work has been 20, 25, 30 years in the making. Congratulations, Lincoln. So first of all, I'd like to bring up the principals. So we have the former principal who has just moved into Kennedy Mid, Mr. Fitzmaurice, and Miss Olivia Lee, who is the current and new principal of Lincoln Elementary. Would you both come up? Fitzmaurice was the one that wrote the grant and had the director of instruction and myself read the grant, or not the grant, the proposal about 5 times last year. They did a fabulous job. So Fitz may not have been the one that was behind all the work, but she got the award for the school. So congratulations.
Hello, my name is Olivia Lee, and I'm the current principal at Lincoln Elementary School. I just want to say thank you for bringing us here today. When I notified family and staff members what we're going to be doing today, they were very excited. So I want to share my voice for our students. So I will let the students do the talking for me. But I want to say thank you, and it's such a big honor for us. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for recognizing us today. We're all very, very excited. And like Mr. Bell said, it really is a culmination of a lot of years of hard work by our staff and our students and our families supporting everyone in the background. So thank you.
Thank you.
So now I'm going to invite up 3 teachers and 3 students.
Awesome.
Maldonado, Dora Cano, and Denise Watzel.
All right.
And can you also bring up the students with you? They just have a few hours of speeches to give you, and we'll be done.
I'd rather listen to students and teachers than us, so.
I'd like to go first. Eli? Our first student is Eli Lovato, who is the son of one of our directors of curriculum and assessment, Carrie Lovato.
Hi, I am Eli Lovato. I like Lincoln because the staff are kind and they helped me learn. I am proud to be at a Blue Ribbon School. I want to thank all my teachers and Gallup McKinley County Schools. Thank you.
Awesome.
Next, we have Michael Turan.
Hi, I'm Michael, and I'm really excited that we got this blue ribbon because this means that all the Lincoln classes and everybody, the teachers, the staff, all the students are doing great, and go Lynx.
And next, we have Hadley Henderson.
Hi, my name is Hadley Henderson. The Blue Ribbon Award is important to me, to be me because The teachers worked hard out to help us grow our brains very smart, to be very smart. I am proud of Lincoln Links.
And then our three teachers will come up as a unit. We have Ruby Maldonado, Denise Swatzel, and Dora Cano.
Thank you, board. Thank you, everyone here. And we just quickly wanted, thank you. We'll tell you a little bit of background. So we are the Lincoln community. The three of us met in kindergarten at Lincoln Elementary. And so as students. So we've known each other a long time, and I'm just going to say that. So thank you for the opportunity. I'm very pleased and proud to be a Lynx.
Yeah.
One thing you can tell, I will.
You want that? Okay. So before we go on to that, I just want to say that for us, this has been a big deal for us three and a few others that are at school. We have about 9 of us that are Lincoln Link students that have become staff members at Lincoln. So our school is a tight-knit school. Parents have been there, brought their kids to their school, then wanted to work at our school as well. So their assistants, their teachers there. So it is something that we have seen through the years that Lincoln is there. We started very low when we all started, right?
Yeah.
And and then we've been moving up. So the way that did you want to say anything first?
So when we were asked last weekend if we wanted to represent our staff and our school, we were so excited. We're honored to be able to do this. But one of the things that we wanted to make sure was that in representing them, we fully represented them. So this morning we asked that they share with us a word that defines what they felt or describes what they felt upon hearing that we were Blue Ribbon winners. So everybody was able to give us the cards that say how they felt when they heard we received the nomination and when we received the award. So we just brought the cards. We're going to share them with you so that they are also represented. We're representing the entire school, not just our own feelings, but also those of our family.
Colleagues. You hold the mic and this is because we are truly a collaborative community and everyone's voice counts at Lincoln. So happy.
Proud. Excited.
Wonderful.
Ecstatic.
Thankful.
Amazing and outstanding.
Blessed.
Grateful.
Thankful.
Hopeful.
Najoni.
Acknowledged.
Appreciated.
Wow. And then it says greater than what?
Greater than
Greater than me made this happen.
Inspired.
Integrity.
Justified.
Validated.
Dedication.
And the last one is challenged to maintain this level of success.
Yes. So thank you for this award, and we hope to see you in 3 years. Again, that is what we aim for.
Great.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
So, do you want us to do our new chair or a cheer? Oh, okay. So
Okay.
then- Guys. Come on. Come on. Okay, so it's ready. Pick up your paws and personal best. Act responsibly. Word safely. Show respect to all. I'm a Lincoln Lynx. Let me show you my paws. Grrr! We're confused because we do a whole lot of cheers, so we didn't know if you guys wanted the pause cheer or our regular cheers.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Board, do you want to have any questions for this team before we let them go?
Well, I definitely want to get a picture at the end, and we'll all come up and have the board also and do some pictures at the end. But yeah, board members, please.
I just,
Well, go ahead.
I just wanted to thank you all for letting me participate in your celebration the other day. I wanted to point out that Miss Lee is also a graduate of Gallup High 2010, wasn't it? Yes. So another product of Gallup's success. But thank you all for letting me be there. I'm proud of all of you, the teachers, students, and everyone. Thank you.
Mr. Mortensen, I just want to say congratulations to you all. We do know, and we're very thankful of how our students are learning academically, and we appreciate all of you guys for what you do for our, in Navajo, they're called Kachin, our children. We really appreciate everything that you're instilling in them to be better people and to reach these milestones that they're doing. This is a huge honor for our district and for your school, and for each child that's there. So we appreciate all the staff, all the way from the principal down to everybody in between, to the bus drivers that pick you guys up early in the morning. So thank you so much to you all.
I just want to say, congratulations to Lincoln. I had, and it's even better to see that we have students who came back to help and to show that, they're going to help their community and help the students that are now in school. That's a great thing. And it's so good to hear these students come up here and actually appreciate their teachers and the staff. That's really good to hear, so congratulations.
Kat, for a wonderful job. I think you pretty much set an example that other schools in our district can accomplish what you just did. The opportunity is there, and it's just a matter of those schools, the staff, putting their mind to it. So you set a good example, Kat. Thank you.
I was at the party too. That was a fantastic party. Good. The bubbles were epic. All the bouncy houses. Does anybody know? I know that the school, as it is now, it hasn't been there very long. But does anybody know how long Lincoln has been in the community? Guess. Go for it, Mr. Bell.
1955.
1955.
Wow.
It was. That's incredible. The school has been a part of our community and really a rich part of our community. Be able to see people, grow up there and come back to there and everything like that. It's everything that we want our schools to be. A real piece of the community and a safe place and a great place to be at and to work at and everything like that. So thank you very much for your hard work. We really look forward to seeing you back here in a couple of years for a repeat, right? Good. We get some pictures with you down there?
So you got to go get
Any of the staff, please come up as you're taking pictures. President Mortensen, I believe we're waiting for one more student athlete.
Okay.
Is that correct, Ms. Montano? Okay.
Somebody back there, give me the signal when
All
they
right.
show up.
As soon as they get here, we'll move.
All right, that wraps up the recognition that we have for now. We're going to jump that other one to farther down. So let's go down to item 3, approval of the minutes. I'll entertain a motion to approve item 3A, August 14th, 2023, regular meeting.
Motion?
Okay,
Second.
second by Mr. Schaaf. Roll call, please.
Mr. Mitchell? Yes. Benali?
Yes.
Mr. Shaw?
Yes.
Mr. Long?
Yes.
Mr. Mortensen?
Yes. Next item, 3B, September 5th, 2023, regular meeting minutes.
Go ahead, motion.
Okay, and a second down there?
Second.
Second by Mr. Mitchell. Roll call, please.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Ms. Benali?
Yes.
Mr. Shaw?
Yes.
Mr. Long?
Yes.
Mr. Mortensen?
Yes. Are there any questions about any of the items on the consent agenda? Nobody have any questions?
Sir, I'll go ahead and motion to approve the consent item agenda.
Okay, thank you. And a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Schaaf. Roll call, please, Joan?
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Ms. Benali?
Yes.
Mr. Shaw?
Yes.
Mr. Long?
Yes.
Mr. Mortensen?
Yes. All right, next item is study circle. As I understand it, there's no public comment, and I also understand that our superintendent doesn't have anything further to report today.
Okay.
So we'll jump down to notices and communication. Go ahead and take a look at those and make sure and make note of them, put them into your calendar. We invite everybody who wants to come, of course, to come to our board meetings. We welcome public comment. Just make sure that you get it in on time so that we can get it publicized with the rest of the board agenda. The next item is new business, 6A.
Mr. Mortensen?
Yes, ma'am, please.
I just found out last week that there is going to be PED and the tribal communities getting together again for the government to government. That will be October 4th and October 5th. I just wanted to put that under notice of communication.
Is Ms. Benali, is that going to be part of the Region 1 meeting in Farmington? Is it like a part of that, or is it going to be a separate type of thing?
No, this is a separate one that PED and the Indian Education Department under PED gets together with the governor and local New Mexico tribal leaders. So they have a big government meeting together. So
Where will that be held?
Out yet because they're still embargoed. We do not know what is going on with the Public Education Department with respect to releasing that info so that we can actually celebrate the success of our schools and see who are the winners for last year. But in the meantime, while we wait, at some point we're just going to make a decision, right? Because we can't keep holding on to these funds that our staff need and deserve. And so, as you know, last year you approved addenda or payment for first place, second place, third place for mid schools, high schools, elementary schools, and there's significant incentives for growth for those schools. The 2 years ago, that was baseline data. Last year was the second year of that data that has not been released. But we felt that this was beneficial to continue in the district. And so we are coming for your approval to approve more funding so that we can track growth from last year to this spring state assessment so that we can have those who achieved the most or grew the most proficiency-wise to again receive those funds and to receive those awards. So, Ms. Hanks, there was one change can you explain the one change from last year to this year? I do want to emphasize while Ms. Hanks is coming up, Deputy Superintendent Hanks, that there are some requirements within this award. So an employee who, for example, used more leave than they were allotted, maybe they had leave without pay or weren't in the school for other reasons, that disqualifies them to receive the award. You only receive the award if you're in school and fully throughout the year participating within the leave that you're allotted. So there's some things like that. We want to make sure our staff, again, we do send this information to them when we have notified them, but I publicly want to let them know again that you can't just use up all your leave and then ask for a day or two continually for whatever, which we get a lot of those at times. It'll disqualify you for the award. But Ms. Hanks?
President Mortensen, members of the board, Superintendent Hyatt. The changes in regards to the leave portion of the stipulation, and what we found as we were going through the analysis this year is that some of that leave was taken while students were not in the classroom, i.e. it was either taken during the summer months or it was taken during a time where students were not actually physically in school. And so the change is that I will not count any leave when students are not in school. As Superintendent Hyatt mentioned, the intention behind that is related to the academic achievement of students. And if they are taking the leave while the students are not there, we felt that that should not penalize those employees. And so that is the one change to this year, is being more specific about the leave that will be counted.
Great. Board members, any questions down there?
Mr. Mortensen, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Is this an incentive, you said, from the state of New Mexico?
No, it's our own funding.
Okay.
Funding from the school district to incentivize proficiency growth in each of our schools. And so essentially it's a competition. Whatever school can have the most growth in a given year will receive a certain money payout depending on first, second, or third place.
And then that would be something for the school to decide what they want to utilize those funds for?
No, it's an individual payment. So every single employee in that school would get the cash amount.
Okay.
For them personally.
Good.
We had done this many years ago, and then we restarted this last year. And then this year we're asking to do the same thing again to incentivize growth in each school. So we're competing against schools within the district.
Mr. Mortensen. I just want to say, I think that I feel that it's a great thing that we're bringing this back. It shows that we actually appreciate our staff and the ones that are working hard to ensure that our children are getting a good education. So I think it's a good thing. Thank you.
And
what were you going to say?
I just want to make sure, Ms. Hanks, can you read off the actual amounts that people would, or this year will receive, and next year they're the same amounts, but do we have that? In the old days, it was like maybe $1,000. It's much
Can
more.
we also do the start and end dates?
It's from year to year.
Okay,
So
school
it's
year.
so last year would be the baseline data, once it's unembargoed, right? And then this year in the spring, once we receive those scores back, we'll go from last year to that point, whoever had the most growth proficiency-wise.
Okay.
So it creates an equal level playing field, whether you've scored low as a school proficiency-wise, no matter what you grow, and that's what matters, not where you start from.
And while I'm pulling up the data that was requested, one of the things that I'd like to talk about is the importance of every staff member at a school site. As was mentioned during the Blue Ribbon ceremony, it's everyone that makes that school function well. It is the principal, the teachers, the assistants, all of those individuals who really go into making the difference at that school site, and why it's so very important to be sure that each one of those individuals is recognized for their hard work. And so first place is $3,000.
Wow.
Second place is $2,000. Third place is $1,500. And then at the elementary school, because we do have so many individuals competing, we do have a fourth, fifth, and sixth place, and those are $1,000.
So that's like the top prize is what you said, $3,000?
$1,000.
And that's to every single staff member?
Yes, at that school site.
Boom.
Wow.
Wow.
Nice.
As long as they went to work with the allotted leave that they were
Wow.
granted. So we want to incentivize being there for our students also.
And as Superintendent Hyatt mentioned, the individual stipulations will be sent to the employees so that they well understand what the requirements are.
And you said the test results are embargoed. Like when did they take those tests?
It was last spring,
Give me
and so we've been given unembargoed data, or embargoed data, so we have it, we believe it's accurate, but it's still embargoed, so it's susceptible to change.
Does that mean that you can like already see, I mean they're tentative, but like already see like where we stack up with other in the state, or do they just send it to us about us, or how does it work?
Just our data. Once it's unembargoed, then we'll be able to see across the state, because obviously that's one of our board goals. Objectives is to remain in the top 3 in growth. So we'll be able to compare our growth to other school districts.
Man, give me
charters.
a break since last spring.
Yeah,
Were the schools kind of notified?
we're going to
or
notify them once
do-
this is
that we were doing
approved,
this?
why the other payout hasn't been made, just to let them know we're not holding on to that money for any other reason than the embargo date. We're waiting for it to be released.
Man, they've got to be excited. We can't give them unofficial scores or anything. This suspense is killing me.
Very hard.
We're very excited to pay out as well. They're well-deserved, hardworking employees.
Yeah.
We call the PED every single week. Like, when is this coming out? We haven't got anything official yet, so.
If we have a collections department, we should have them call PED every day.
That's Miss Hanks.
There you go.
Our collections department, so.
Good.
Mr. Martinson?
Call it bill collector status.
Good.
Mr. Martinson,
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to make a motion to approve 6A, approval of state assessment proficiency growth incentive.
Perfect. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, second by Mr. Schaaf and Mr. Mitchell. Okay, we'll go ahead and have a roll call, please.
Mr. Mitchell,
Yes.
Ms. Benali,
Yes.
Mr. Shaw,
Yes.
Mr. Long,
Yes.
Mr. Mortensen.
Yes. All right. So now we're going to skip back up real fast to our recognition, and for that we're going to turn the time over to Ms. Montano.
Yes.
Good afternoon, President Mortensen, members of the board. We have everybody here now, so this is something very exciting. So July 15th through the 23rd, we participated, or GMCS students participated in the North American Indigenous Games. So these games were held in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. It's basically like a junior Olympics. We had Team New Mexico represented there. Our coach, Kyle Benali, was one of the coaches for 87 students across New Mexico. We had 6 from McKinley County. Today, we are recognizing 3 of those students. I talked to Coach Benali before the board meeting, and he told me that they are all gifted athletes. And to get this opportunity to compete on an international level is amazing. The North American Indigenous Games was founded back in the 70s, and they have grown and grown each year. This year, there was actually 756 Indigenous nations that got to participate, and that's across internationally. So with that, I want to recognize our GMCS students for this, as well as our coach, and then he's going to talk a little bit about this student.
Can we let the board come up?
Please.
Please. Thanks.
So first student I'm going to ask to come up is Jared Peterson from Tohatchee High School. And he won a silver medal in the 800 and bronze in the 4x100. Next student is Theodore Roundface from Gallup High School. And he won bronze in the 3K and bronze in the 8K. Next student is Micaiah Vicente from Gallup High School. And she won 4x400 gold, 800 gold, 1200 gold, 2K gold, and a 4x100 silver. She could have ran here and got here faster.
I've seen her mom's driving.
Okay. And then I'd like to recognize Coach Benali, Gallup High School. Would you like to talk about the students just a little bit? Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So I could go on for days about all three of these athletes. I'll start with Jared. Jared not only was a state champion for Tohatchee High School in the 3A division this year in the 800, he also took silver in the 800 in an international competition. He barely got beat by like what, 2 seconds? Not even 2 seconds. That's how gifted he is as an athlete. So his extraordinary talents are within that 400 to 800 meter region, and for him to get the accolades that he has gotten is obviously well deserved based off of the amount of hard work that he puts in. So that's just the beginning of his career, and I look forward to seeing how much more he can achieve as time progresses when he goes off to run at the collegiate level. And then next, Theodore Roundface. I've had him since he was a young freshman. To see him blossom into the athlete that he is today is truly amazing to see. So he has taken everything that we have given him in terms of what things to eat as far as his nutrition and performance to sleeping. Sleeping is one of his biggest things to help him heal and help him refocus and re-energize on a daily basis. Not only that, he is a straight A student. So that says a lot about him individually. And he'll be one of the ones that will be talked about. He'll be up for district champion this year for cross country, and as well be one of the top 3 at the state championship race at the end of this season for cross country. And then next up, obviously you hear her making a lot of noise down there. Maikia Vicente. I've had her just this season, so she's already blossoming into the athlete that everybody knows that she can be, and then some. So she's had 3 races under her belt. Now she can go and perform this upcoming weekend in Mesa with the top 25 teams of the Southwest region. So our team, Gallup High School, as well as Tohatchee High School, are participating in the sweepstakes race of the Nike Desert Twilight Southwest race in Mesa, Arizona this weekend. So she is the leader. She's the leader as a freshman of our girls team. So she sets the tempo for everybody to follow, and that's just the type of individual she is. So look forward to seeing her name in more newspapers and things of that nature to come. So we'll be taking her back in 2027 to get more medals around her neck for the next North American Indigenous Games.
Thank you again, Minna.
Okay, I can take it.
Quit closing.
I don't know how you can run that many races and do well. How can you run that many races? That's tough.
Mr. Mortensen,
Yes, ma'am.
I just want to say thank you for this recognition. I know we were supposed to recognize them the last meeting, but, you know, I'm thankful they got their plaques that were ordered for them. They look beautiful. I appreciate you for adding it to the agenda and for the recognition. You know, I saw my grandbaby. She was first grade last year. She ran her first cross-country meet, and I just, you know, her coming in all sweaty, and just at first grade, she ran a mile, and oh man, it just, you know, you feel for them, their sweat and their pain but she was happy, you know, it was happy. She was a joyous time for her, and I just can't imagine how these guys, and I want to thank Stephanie for going live for us to be there in person. You need another job as a sportscaster on CNN or what is it called? No, ESPN.
Was she holding a grandbaby while she was filming, or was
She,
it?
she did awesome letting us know which runs were up next, and we got to be there to see in person by her going live for us, and I appreciate that very much. And but thank you very much, Chris and Mr. Hyatt, for recognizing these incredible students for us. And
Thank you.
Hopefully next year we'll have more.
Oh,
Or no,
no,
in
4
4
years.
years we'll
4
have
years.
more. Yeah.
Have more. All right. Anybody else? Any other board members?
I just want to say, you know, I am so proud of our athletes, and even the ones that went and participated. But I'm very proud of our Tohatchi athlete, Jared, and I'm sure he has good grades too, so good job. And thank you to his grandma, Marlene, always there for him, and I appreciate that too. So you guys continue to do good, and we'll see your names in the papers coming up soon. Thank you.
Can I add one more thing,
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Brinson? And I really appreciate the way you represented not only Gallup McKinley County, but your tribes and the nation. I love the flags, your tribal flags that you guys took pictures with. That made me proud to be Indigenous. So thank you for that. Yeah, thank you.
Great job. Yeah, we like ending these meetings this way. Any other comments? Well, we appreciate it. I guess you got tired of beating up on people in New Mexico. You had to go beat up on the whole country of Canada.
The world, actually.
Good. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Show those Canadians what we're made of. Good. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody who participated today and made an effort to come here and be a part of the awesome things that are going on in our district. It is incredible to see the momentum that we have and just the fantastic people that are a part of our district, the students and the staffs. We love you all, and we're so grateful for your efforts. With that, we'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All right, and a second down there?
Second.
Oh, by Ms. Benali and Mr. Mitchell. Roll call, please, Joan.
Mr. Mitchell,
Yes.
Ms. Benali,
Yes.
Mr. Shaw,
Yes.
Mr. Long,
Yes.
Mr. Mortensen.
Yes.
1:45.
Thank you very much.
No, I told. Thank you, sir.